Hello everyone, my name is Morgan Barnes, and this year I am serving as the Kentucky 4-H Secretary. And today we're going to be talking about effective facilitation. So, why is facilitation so important? You help the group work effectively and together, and this is something that you always want to do no matter who you're presenting to or who you're presenting for. But when you're in 4-H, you're put into leadership roles many times. And with that, you need to be able to effectively lead a group and have good facilitation skills. So this is the experiential learning model. This kind of breaks down how to effectively facilitate. So the 5 ways or the 5 steps to kind of help you do that are, the first one is experience the activity. The second one is share what happened. The third one is process what is important. The fourth one is generalize the now what's. And the fifth one is apply to other parts of life. These 5 steps can be kind of wrapped up all into the middle, which says do, reflect, and reply. So now we're going to go into what each of these mean and how you can do those. So the first one is experience the activity. This is the first thing when you're going to do when you're leading a group. So you're going to let the group and the participants experience and actually do the activity. Describe what the activity is, what the end goal, how you want them to do it, or how you want the activity to end up in the end. But you really want to encourage everyone to think outside the box when they're accomplishing these goals. This way they have some creativity and some leeway, and they can kind of do the activity how they want to do it. The second step, share what happened. The participants are going to share about what they did. You really want to encourage everyone to speak out. It helps the conversation going. It's more fun when everybody talks. Let them share what they did, what worked, what didn't work, what they liked, what they didn't like, and everything, how they got to the end goal in doing the activity. Sometimes when you have a big group, it's hard to get everyone talking or get the conversation going. So we have some helper questions with that. The first one is what happened. The second one is how did you do it? And the third one is how did it make you feel? With these questions, it kind of helps the conversation going. It helps the conversation stay on topic, which is very important, and kind of just breaks the ice for everyone in the group that's participating. The next step is to process what is important. This is where you're going to take what you shared in the last step and find out what is really important and what applies to this activity. So you're going to help the group find common themes in what they have shared. Most of the time you have 2 groups or more than 2 groups, and they have kind of different ideas, but they have common themes in how they achieved the goal. So you can kind of find those in this step. In this step, you should find, talk, and think about the skills and concepts related to the subject and activity that you just did. And everyone should be reflecting and thinking about what just happened in this activity. The next step is to generalize the so what. Many times you're going to do an activity in life, and after it's over, you're going to think to yourself, I'm never going to use this activity in the real world or ever again in my life. So this step kind of is to stop that. And so everyone can, what activity you are presenting, they can use the rest of their life. So if you connect things to the real world, it'll help the activity stick with them and they can apply the life skills. So it's really important to connect what you just did in the activity to the real world and those skills. So you're going to talk about this within the group. So again, it can be really hard to get the conversation going. So we have a few questions that can help you do so. The first one is, what does this mean to you? And the second one is, what similar experiences have you had? Asking these questions kind of helps the participants think about it more, and it also helps them stay on topic. The last step is apply to other parts in your life. So the last slide was the so what. Now this is the now what part of this cycle. This slide and part is very similar to the last part, but this is where you actually get to share the skills that you've learned and apply them to your life. So this part of the cycle is kind of you going out for the rest of your life and applying those skills. You want everyone and you want to encourage everyone to share what they learned in this process and their life skills. So this is the experiential learning model. So we're going to kind of recap what we just went over. The first one is experience the activity. This is the part where everyone gets to do the activity. Second, share what happened, share what you did, and what everyone's different ideas were and their end results. Third, process what is important. Take those ideas that you just shared and pick out what the important ones are and which ones focus on skills related to the subject. Fourth, generalize the so what. Think and share the ways that the activity can relate to the real world. And five, apply to other parts of your life. Actually take what you've learned and take it into your life. In the middle of the experiential learning model is do, reflect, and apply. This kind of sums up the 5 parts of the model. And so you need to do the activity, reflect on the activity, and apply the activity to your life. If you do those 5 steps, and make sure you do reflect and apply, you will be able to better facilitate to a group